Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Vina, this is Quirky Pineapples, and today we're making soft and chewy vegan chocolate chip cookies. Okay, so what I really like about this recipe is that it's pretty simple to make. It's not very fussy, but it does come with quite a few ingredients, but it's likely that you already have a lot of these in your pantry. So we're gonna start out with softened vegan butter, all-purpose flour, vanilla extract, baking powder and baking soda, a little bit of salt, light brown sugar, granulated sugar, applesauce, and of course, non-dairy chocolate chips. Alrighty, so I've already got my butter in my stand-up mixer. I'm gonna add my brown sugar and my granulated sugar. And I do recommend using a stand mixer or a hand mixer to do this because we're going to be creaming the butter and the sugar together. And that takes quite a bit of like elbow grease if you're doing it by hand. So a hand mixer or a stand mixer will make it a ton easier. I'm just gonna use my whisk attachment. Let's get that on there. All right, and I'm going to whip the butter and sugar together for about 2 to 3 minutes to get it creamed. So once your butter starts to cream with the sugar, you'll add your vanilla extract and you'll also add in your applesauce at this point. And then we'll let that whip for probably another 30 seconds or a minute or two. Okay, so now that our wet ingredients are all whipped up, now we can get ourselves started on the dry ingredients. So I'm just going to clear my whisk. And get our dry ingredients ready. I'm gonna take my flour, my baking soda and baking powder, and my salt. And I'm gonna give that just a light whisk to combine it together. And then I'll be able to slowly incorporate this into our wet creamed butter mixture. And so I'm gonna switch my attachment to the paddle attachment. And what this will do is sort of help kind of combine it together without whipping it the way that our whisk attachment would do. All right, okay. So I'm gonna start out adding just a little bit, maybe about half of our dry ingredients at a time, just so we don't end up with a flour cloud. Add my whisk attachment. And I'll let that slowly come together before adding more flour. Okay, so now I can add more. And we'll probably actually try to add the rest of our flour mixture in. Right? And then we'll let that finish mixing. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now that my dough has come together, I'm just gonna clear my paddle and get the rest of the dough off of that because we want all of it. Okay. Sorry. All right, and so now is the perfect time to add in our chocolate chips. I'm not gonna use the mixer to do that. I'm just going to use my handy dandy rubber spatula here and mix our chocolate chips in by hand. We've added a pretty good amount of chocolate chips to the dough because I mean, what's chocolate chip cookies with a small amount of chocolate chips? All right, so our dough is ready and we're ready to scoop them into balls and get them chilled in the fridge. Okay, so now that our dough is ready, I'm going to use my handy scoop that you know I love to make balls and lay them out onto the baking sheet. We'll want them to be about 2 inches apart because they are gonna spread as they bake. So we don't need too much. I would say about half a scoop if you're using an ice cream scoop, or if you have a cookie scoop, then even better. And this should make about 12 cookies. Oops, a little too much. Now, I don't want the balls to be too big because, like I said, they're going to spread out. So I'm going for about half of an ice cream scoop, or about 2 tablespoons worth of cookie dough. Okay, so there's 2 ways that you could have done this. Now, you could have taken the entire batch of cookie dough and chilled it in the fridge for about an hour, but I don't always like waiting a whole hour. So I found that rolling out the balls and getting them on a baking tray first and then putting them into the refrigerator to chill, I could chill them for about 30 minutes because they're already separated. But it's completely up to you. If you're making these for later, then I would say just cover up your bowl with maybe some aluminum foil or some plastic wrap, put it in the fridge for an hour. But like this, if you have space in your fridge, then you can let them chill for about 30 minutes or so before putting them in the oven to bake. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so now that our cookie dough is all chilled, I'm going to pop them into the oven at 375 degrees for about 12 to 15 minutes. Alrighty, so our cookies are nice and brown and out of the oven. I'm just gonna let them cool for just maybe 2 minutes here on the rack or in the pan. And then I'm gonna transfer them to our cooling rack to prevent them from getting steamy and soggy at the bottom. Okay, so my cookies are out of the oven. I've allowed them to cool, so now it's time for a taste test. Ooh, I don't know which one I want to choose. Here, we'll go with this one. Let's see. Oh yes, it's nice and moist in the inside. I know, I need to come up with another adjective for moist because a lot of people really don't like the word moist, but they're moist and chewy in the inside, so let's give it a taste. Like I said, they're soft. The chocolate is perfect, not too sweet, buttery. Of course, I've got my milk here because who can have cookies without milk? Yeah, these are really delicious. So I'm gonna have my cameraman come in so that you can actually like see the texture and how soft and kind of moist the cookies are. I know, I'm gonna find another word for moist. Alrighty, so I'm done waxing poetic about my delicious cookies, but I encourage you to make these. If you do, I'm sure you'll love them. If you decide to make them, make sure that you comment below. Let me know how you like them. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. The full recipe for these cookies is on quirkypineapples.com. I'll also put the QR code up here in the corner like I usually do in case you're watching this on your television. Thank you so much for joining me today and have a wonderful rest of the day. So our brown sugar. It's really packed. It doesn't want to go in there. Okay. And of course, chocolate chips. Oh, and butter. We'll do it.
I'm like, the
It's like,
one main ingredient.
where's your butter? Okay, we'll do it again.